Hi, welcome to Tutorial Tuesday. I wasn't really sure what to do today, so today we're going to talk about color blending. I've been doing this with my middle school kids. We've been looking at there's a little glare, the artwork of Georgia O'Keeffe, and noticing all the different colors that exist, even though this flower is red as red. We see yellows, whites, oranges, even some pinks and purple tones, right? Same here. We can see lots of different colors interacting and happening, even though this is an orange flower. And in this green flower, we see there's red shadows being used, pinks, yellows, and then the background is also coming into the color of the flower. We see oranges and purples going through it. All right. So I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about color today. So let's start with the color wheel. So we're going to have red, and we're just going to keep using this to refer back to throughout this tutorial. Green, maybe find a more middle blue. This is kind of a teal. There we go. Blue and purple. If I could find a purple. All right, so this is our color wheel. So we got to think about when we're using shadows and lights, what colors are next to each other in the spectrum. So if we wanted to do these red shadows in this green flower, we have to think about what colors are going to be in between red and green. And we can go this direction by adding yellow and orange to our green to incorporate that red, or we can go the other direction by thinking about, the colors in between that. If we blended red to green, what other colors would show up? All right, and I think that's why we get some of these blue and purple hues in the shadow. So let's do a demo. I'm gonna do this first because it'll be easier. I'm gonna take my oil pastels are a mess, but I'm gonna just take one of each. So red, orange. This is seriously my green. I guess we could take a darker blue. I want a middle blue. Here we go. And purple. Purple's so hard to find. All right, I guess we are not using purple. It's okay. So if we wanted to make something 3D, maybe we'll start with yellow at the center, and then I can go either way. Think about adding some green. And maybe I can go in both directions with that. I can blend some orange up this way. red, and then blue here. We can kind of make our own purple. All right, then we can keep doing that. So I'd use blue up here to be a shadow. It's blue, it looked orange. Where's my orange? It's all right, we can make it work. All right. And then, you know, whoosh magic. Wow, lots of 3D circles. So as you can see, I used the yellow as the light spots, greens and blues as the shadows. And I did the opposite here, kind of. I went the other direction on the color wheel. Yellow as the lightest color, orange, red, and then purpley shadows. All right, we can also do that with, I'm gonna leave that there because I drew that just now, with color pencils. So say I was Georgia O'Keeffe and I wanted to make an orange petal. So I want the petal to read as this middle orange color I have. I can kind of work out a kind of spectrum based on that. So I have all these warmer hues of like a warmer purple. It's more of a maroon. I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of a warm purple. And we can start with, you know, our petal is going to be orange. You can add a little yellow. I'm just kind of lightly going over the color I already did. Ooh, that yellow is a little weak. I'm going to use more of a golden yellow. Cool. And we can even do like, yeah, so this yellow was a little too cool for the spectrum that we were using. Had more blue in it, then this is more of a red yellow. And blend those together. Take a more red orange. This I think is a pink color, yeah. And then we can do our darkest shadows. All right, so now that we kind of have our outline, I guess, we can, you know, take the main color first that we want our flower to be, and go over that a little more lighter on the edges. And something I like doing with this technique is just making repetitive bumps of color, kind of like this. I just think it looks cool. So if you're like, why do I need to do this? You know, you could make a flower, but you could also just make a cool 3D pattern. And this is kind of old now. It looked a little better when the colors were thicker. They've kind of thinned out. Cool. It's nice to see people watching. If anybody has any questions, and thank you for the hearts. I just noticed that I can see the chat, so, you know, if anybody has any questions, happy to answer any. If you want to get involved with Arts District Boston, if you like what we're doing, feel free to reach out. We're looking for volunteers always, but we also want to feature artists and stuff like that. So now we have like a really nice blend happening. Kind of see, we can maybe even use that cooler yellow from the beginning. No, I think it's too cold. Like the warm yellow. All right. Cool. And then we can make kind of repetitive bumps over and over. So this is like the beginning of one, and then you blend it out so it's smoother. We're working towards there. And if you wanted to go even darker, you know, maybe this is a deep petal here, and it goes deep into the flower. We can, you know, maybe avoid using black, but after purple, we can use a blue, because we went yellow, orange, red, purple, blue. Let me try that. If you guys think I'm like totally wrong, please tell me. You know, this is just one technique. There's no wrong way to make art. If this makes you really angry, you know, let me know. I'm sure you could blend opposite colors together too. But I think in IMO, in my humble opinion, that these other in-between colors are going to show up when you do. It's also kind of cool to, you know, watch one color fade out, like it turns red. All right, so yeah, just a fun project you guys can do. Using the color wheel to make things look 3D for anyone just joining us. And yes, these are my final. Blend is looking good, thank you. These are my final blends, all right? Cool. Thanks so much. Next week we will have an interview, and then the week after we have another guest doing a tutorial, and those are always super exciting because, you know, guests come with a fresh attitude and fresh ideas. I think we're going to learn about some mixing music, so we're going to go from color mixing to music mixing. It's going to be really fun. All right, I will see you guys next week for an interview. Bye.